Possible tornado along Highway 43 southeast of Phil Campbell, speed at 63 miles an hour with Phil Campbell 330.
Of a large tornado on the ground near Hackleburg. If you are in Phil Campbell, you need to be in your shelter now. Phil Campbell, it's going to be there within 5 minutes, if not sooner.
Trinity 415, Decatur 420, Tanner 424. This is a massive tornado headed across Highway 72. That's the tornado. It is ripping through homes right there.
I'm Bobby Barnwell from Hackleburg. We were sitting in the hallway of the house. We didn't know the thing was coming. It had a good storm house, but we wasn't in it. So we sat in the hallway, and Cheryl had a pillow, the baby, and I was sitting up in the lawn chair. The next thing I know, I was laying flat on my back, and don't know where the lawn chair went, but that thing come through and just took everything we had. The house, the two walls, the hall wall was bad, and the one across from us was about the only thing left standing.
I went home from work early that afternoon, unknowingly putting myself directly in the path of an EF5 tornado that would destroy our home less than 2 hours later. When I heard on the news that there was a tornado on the ground in Phil Campbell and saw the storm track on TV, I called my daddy to let him know.
And when I opened my eyes after I fell, I could see the sky. I knew then it was bad. It looked like snow, big flakes of snow, all that paper and white stuff all up in the sky. And it just twisted in a whirlwind.
With nothing to hold on to against the wind, I knew I was going to die. I could feel things hitting my back. I didn't know if I was going to get sucked out of the house or if something would crush me first, but I knew I was going to die. Still, I never stopped begging God to save me. Then the wind calmed down and I felt rain hitting my legs where the blankets had been blown off.
Our daughter lived next door to us, and she was killed. She had evidently just got home. We don't know if she'd ever got out of the vehicle or not. And from what we figured, she's trying to get down there where the baby was. She just lived about 300 yards up through the woods from us, and we had a little trail cut out where she always came down the trail to see us. And she was evidently trying to get down there to see the baby. And I don't believe she ever got out of that vehicle. It was tore all to pieces.
My name is Pamela Storrs, and I'm the Northwest District Office Secretary. We started to receive here at the office calls from people with all kind of heartbreaking stories, people that had lost everything, and that's when it finally hit me how devastating this storm really was for the area.
Jenna Ward, and I'm the office manager for the Northwest District of the United Methodist Church. He told me that when he was in Lakeview, because that church and that community was really, devastated by the tornadoes, that the day after he was there visiting and trying to help, and that he saw this little child who had no clothes on, because they had lost all their clothes and they didn't have any clothes for this baby. And of course that just broke my heart. I didn't know how bad it was.
I remember hearing a story about one little boy who had lost his parents, and I think that's what really made me respond emotionally. And it took its toll on me and Jenna, but I think at that time is when the real prayer started.
My name is Eric Bell. I am the pastor here at Muscle Shoals First Methodist Church, located on Avalon Avenue in Muscle Shoals. I've been here for almost 2 years.
My name's Randy Burbank. I pastor at Center Star and Elgin United Methodist Churches in Lauderdale County.
My name is Greg Reynolds. I'm the pastor at the New Vision United Methodist Church in Florence, Alabama.
My name is Melissa Owens. I am the Northwest District Volunteer Coordinator for Missions Teams. Where we are standing is in our new bunker house. It was donated by Auburn, United Methodist Church. It's called Camp Mike. It's in Tuscumbia, Alabama, and it houses, there's enough beds to sleep 14, plus we have air beds. And it's been such a joy because sometimes we have the teams to come, but we don't have any place to house them. We have to have showers and kitchens. In a lot of churches, you know, when they were built, they didn't put showers in them. They have a small kitchen, but this place has the beds, the kitchen, the washer and dryer, and it has everything just so that a team can come and feel comfortable, and it's like a home away from home. We're very excited to have it.
We have a disaster relief trailer that was donated by Wesley Memorial Methodist Church. It is stocked with equipment to go to a disaster site, cover roofs, do what is needed. We have a couple of chainsaws, and that has been used quite a bit over the last several months.
The relief store, initially we were operating out of trailers, tractor trailer rigs, that people would come in needing just the very basics, cleaning supplies, even sometimes first aid supplies.
First Methodist Church in Hackleburg and at Phil Campbell were used as relief centers also. And those two are still going on. There are people there every Thursday, Friday, Saturday. They are helping people who still have unmet needs, people who lost their jobs because the Wrangler plant was blown away, and that's where their livelihood came from. So food, the things that people use on a daily basis, like laundry detergent, bottled water, things that they just don't have the money to buy, we're still giving out free. Even though we call it a relief store, nothing's charged. It's all free.
Where we are now is in long-term recovery, and that takes 3 to 5 years. You know, at first we were in just disaster mode, and we were in first responder mode. After, you know, all the bodies were found, after all the families that could be identified were identified, and everybody was placed somewhere, now we have to start rebuilding the towns and helping individuals that are not insured or underinsured or is having problems with FEMA. No, we're not okay where we are now. This process is going to take anywhere from 3 to 5 years with much help from missions teams.
I know a lot of times people are thinking that, you know, it's been 5 months now, and they're probably counting on the government or the FEMA to step in, but it is still the churches that are there. And basically, as a Methodist church, we're about the only church that's still doing the distribution there in Phil Campbell that I'm aware of. A lot of them have closed up. I think when the FEMA left, that a lot of these different outreaches did go with them. But we're still there, and we still have needs, you know, for perishable items, for paper products, those kind of things that there's still needs.
There's probably hundreds of houses that are yet to be rebuilt or restored from damage.
We are a long way from being restored back to normal, if whatever normal may be. I'm not certain I know what normal is. But we are a long way.
Nowhere near complete. The cleanup is almost complete, but it's the reconstruction that will take years.
You know, we're going on 5 months. The media's not there. There's been new stories come about, and they've gone to chase after those. But those people are still there, and there's still needs in this area.
Folks, we are still a long way. As I said, the figure, $200 million in unmet needs.
There's such a great need, and there will be a need for at least a couple of years for money. We need donations. There are a lot of people who had no insurance.
We need people to come from out of town or even local people to volunteer their time to help build back some of the homes and businesses.
December 7th, 1941, Pearl Harbor Day. June 6, 1944, D-Day. November 22nd, 1963, the day President Kennedy was assassinated. April 4th, 1968, the assassination of Martin Luther King, and now April 27th, 2011, the day the tornadoes came through North Alabama. These are dates that will always stick with all of us, and these are times that we will never forget. The North Alabama Conference and the Northwest District came to the aid of our people who were devastated by these storms. I can't speak enough about how proud I am of all the churches of our district and how much work that they have put into the ministry to make sure that people who lost everything have hope, prayer, and an opportunity of rebuilding their lives once again. So basically what I want to say is I want to thank everybody of the Northwest District for all the hard work that they've done, but the work is just now beginning. We've got a long way to go, and there are many different ways in which you can help. We have teams that are being put together right now to work not only in our own district but throughout all of North Alabama. We have people that work daily in making sure that people are still receiving supplies, the very basics of life itself. And there are, of course, ways in which we can help financially. One of the ways in which we'll be able to help each other is a special offering that will be taken during our banquet in November for the district. I'm asking each church to take up a special offering and bring it to our banquet that night so that these monies can continue the work in this district to allow us to continue to show Christ to the hurting and broken world.
In the first week while insurance claims were being filed, our greatest help came from the churches across North Alabama. The United Methodist Conference Northwest District Office sent checks to both of us and my parents to help with our immediate needs. We take for granted all the basic essentials that we use every day: clothes, socks, toothbrushes, combs, deodorant, soap, and the list just goes on. People who were complete strangers to us before the storm now hold a special place in our hearts.